Welcome to Business Analysis Techniques, Rich Pictures. My name's Steve and I'll be guiding you through this topic, talking through the principles involved, how this technique applies within business analysis, and taking you through a worked example to show you how to apply it. A rich picture is a diagram that organises information in a highly visual way and can be used at a number of points in business analysis, shown here: documenting fact finding or requirements, analysing the business, or looking at stakeholders. It's a relatively informal technique, less structured than some others, but the great benefit of that is it can be done relatively quickly. And then, as needed, a rich picture could be used as a basis for more detailed analysis using more structured techniques. So it's generally a good starting point in analysis. When you draw up a rich picture initially, you could do it the old-fashioned way by hand, using pens and pencil and paper, maybe during a meeting or a workshop or other sessions with business users or other stakeholders. And then the diagram can be enhanced and expanded as needed, and it can be converted into a digital format using a visual drawing tool such as Visio or PowerPoint, or whatever you wish to use. So, generally, a pretty useful technique in analysis. As mentioned, relatively fast, relatively quick, and perhaps above all, these diagrams are a good communication tool. So generally, end users, business representatives can relate to them easily if you talk them through. And a general point, visual documents are usually easier to review than the equivalent amount of text. I'm now going to talk through the technique and how to apply it, and working through a specific example. So you start with a blank sheet of paper, and somewhere in the middle you draw an image, a shape, whatever suits, to represent whatever it is you're analysing at this point in time. You then build up the diagram working outwards, adding associated ideas and concepts, and you can use whatever you want: images, icons, words, whatever helps you understand the area that you're looking at. And then you simply link associated things together using lines. The case study example that I'm going to talk through is based on a hotel booking system. So imagine you're involved in a project to develop a new system for a hotel to include bookings, finance, invoicing, billing and so on, plus general hotel operations and administration. And one of the things you would need to do on this project is to identify the stakeholders, and a mind map would be a good way of doing that. Now, in addition to this session, I do have a set of key point notes available for this. So if you'd like to get a copy, simply get in touch. So here's the example that I'm going to talk through. You start, as I mentioned, with a blank piece of paper, and in the middle, draw a single concept, the thing you're looking at. In this case, a hotel. So I've drawn a little picture showing the hotel building, labelled simply hotel. Then you work outwards. So imagine in this particular project, initial analysis has shown that there are three main groups of stakeholders. The staff of the hotel, shown here on the right, customers, guests, shown on the left, and suppliers, people who provide goods and services to enable the hotel to operate. You can then start adding imagery, little icons, bits of text to expand on that. So taking the area or the group of stakeholders, staff first. Imagine that discussions with end users have shown that there are three main groups within the staff. There's the back office shown at the top, responsible for general administration and finance. There's reception, who primarily deal with guests as they arrive, throughout their stay in the hotel, and as they depart. And the restaurant, which operates within the hotel, where guests from within the hotel or from outside go along simply to eat and drink. You can build on that and keep adding further ideas, further concepts, until you achieve a complete model, in this case of the stakeholders. So what you can see here is a more complete diagram showing, as we discussed, on the right hand side, the staff broken down into the various groups. To the top left, different groups of suppliers, and to the bottom left, different types of customers. Some are individual private customers, some are business customers, and some are group bookings, such as educational groups or sports groups who are visiting the hotel perhaps for a particular purpose, like a sports event or an educational event. So a rich picture is a useful tool for communication. Generally, people within the business, people within the project team can relate to them, can understand them if you take the time to talk them through, and a diagram is often easier to review than the equivalent amount of text. It's a slight cliche, but a picture tells 1,000 words. A single diagram, a single rich picture on one piece of paper could capture as much information as perhaps 5 or 6 pages of text. So having done your initial version of a rich picture, in this case showing the stakeholders, you could present that to other people within the team, to other people within the business, talk it through, get feedback, and as needed, amend it or expand it until you've got a more complete picture of the stakeholders for the project. And then you could use it as a basis for further fact finding and further analysis perhaps of business requirements, business priorities, or other aspects of the system you're investigating. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comments or get in touch, and I'll be happy to help. My name's Steve. I hope you enjoyed this session, and as you can see, I've also got a Facebook page for business analysis and a blog, so if you wish to visit those, I'd be delighted. Thank you.